So what separates my shop from just the random guy out here painting cars? And how are we more thorough and more transparent than other shops? Well, this is a video on what your weekly settlement sheet looks like and what makes us different and how we are transparent. So every single week we send out a weekly settlement sheet. Sometime over the weekend, between Friday and Sunday, I stay pretty busy, so as soon as I can get to it, every week you get a settlement sheet. I want to show you what that sheet looks like and what makes us transparent. You hear a lot of horror stories about people take their car somewhere, they give them a bunch of money, they don't know where their money went, what's going on with their car, and this is how my shop is completely different from that. So I'm going to pull up an email and give you a sample. If you were with my shop, what the email would look like when you opened it at the end of the week, what your settlement sheet would look like. So at the end of the week, you would get an email from me. It would have what week it was and your settlement sheet, and you would click on that. You would then open this, and this is what you would see when you went to your settlement sheet. So it would show you the week that you're in, that your car's been here, week number 1. This customer is John Doe, and the dates for that week and the car that or the project that we're working on for him. The first thing you're going to see is the total hours that was worked that week. We keep up with our hours. I write them down every single day, and you'll see more as we go on through this email. So this is a sample. This is not an actual person, obviously. This is just something I went through and wrote this down so I could show you. You will see your hours that were worked that week, the total you were charged per hour, the material cost that was accumulated that week, your total cost. If you had paid a deposit, like if you're a client that lives farther away and you don't want to come here every week to pay your bill, then you can have the option of paying more up front or however you want to do it so that you don't have to come every single week to pay your bill. So let's just say John Doe gave $5,000 up front, so he didn't have to come every week to pay his bill. So at the end of the week, he sees his total cost for the week minus from his payment that he paid. That's his balance forward, and you see that every single week. And since he paid up front, he has no amount owed for that week. This section here would be if it was some kind of special and I had given him some kind of shop credits. So as you scroll down the email, then you see the timesheet for that week, what days that were worked, the times that was worked, if there was any breaks taken out of that time, the total time worked on his project for that day, and then you have the total time for the week. Now, at the end of the week, I can't remember what I done on what day. So every single day, at the end of the day, or sometimes during the day, I take time out to write down what I do all day that day. So Monday, July 1st, this is his project. I would use this sheet and write down every single thing I did on his project. And you have one of these for every single day. Monday, Tuesday. If you notice here, Wednesday, I just put this in for a sample. Wednesday, let's just say I didn't work on that project. I'm sorry, my camera keeps trying to focus and unfocus. I don't know what's going on with it. Wednesday, we didn't work that day, so Wednesday, there won't be a Wednesday. That day was skipped. Thursday, we did this and this and this and this, and this is the sample. Friday, okay, that was the day's works. Now, weekly expense costs. So let's just say I had to get a door and had to get a bumper and had to get a bedside and put down what it cost. That came out of his money. That's the total cost. Then you see if I had got those parts for you, then this is where you would see all your receipts that was spent out of your money. So In this email, you can see complete transparency of where your money's going, what's being done, where your hours are being spent, what they were spent on every single day, all week, your entire project. You have a complete record with full, complete transparency. I hold myself accountable to every dollar that comes through this shop and is spent on your project so that you can see exactly where your money's going, what's being done every single day. You know that it's moving forward. If there's a day that it's not moving forward, you know you're not billed for that day. You know you're with a shop that has complete transparency so that you can have complete comfort in knowing that you're not being ripped off. It puts an end to that situation where my car's at a shop somewhere and it's been there for 3 years and I don't know what's going on with it. I just keep taking in money and I'm not seeing any progress. It does away with a lot of that stress of not knowing what's going on with your car. Or is my car even being worked on? I took this guy $10,000 and I don't know what's happened to it. This is the most accurate way I know so that all my customers and my clients are completely happy and completely comfortable when they use my shop and decide to give me their business instead of the guy down the road that's painting lawnmowers and then decides to paint a car. I appreciate your business. This is just an extra step, an extra mile that I go to show you how much I appreciate your business, how much any business needs your business, because without you, I can't have a business. So this is the extra step I go to make sure all my clients are happy. Keep in mind, this is a settlement sheet that is based on a job that's done by the hour for a larger paint job. If it was a situation where you just wanted a budget paint job and we just said, hey, it's $2,500, then it would look completely different than this. Hey, you'd pay a deposit down. Everything's under contract. You would pay a deposit down for your materials. I would do the work. You would come pick it up. Then you would pay for the remaining after you're happy with your car. If your car is at a paint shop and they are not giving you a weekly statement like this, telling you what's going on, then especially if you're in a situation where you're not sure if your car's even being worked on and you're not sure where your money is, you might want to find another shop, or hey, give me a call. Maybe I can work you in and finish your project for you. I've had multiple people call me in the last 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Similar situation. Hey, my car is at such and such shop. It's been there for this amount of time. I don't know what's going on. Do you care to finish my car? I'm not trying to beat down other paint shops. I'm just saying, hey, this is how I do my process. This is how I do my paperwork. This is how I keep up with my transparency. And then again, maybe you're happy with your shop that you took your $15,000 to and your car and you ain't seen it in 3 years. And if that makes you happy, then you should stay with the shop that you're at. But if you want to have great transparency, then Integrity Auto Paint might be where you want to go.